Do you want more control over your life? More freedom? More confidence? Do you want to set your own rules and steer your own ship? Are you sick and tired of the 9-to-5 grind that's eating away at you and robbing you of all your time, barely getting you by? How about a new way? A new side hustle, side income you can use now to do things like pay off debt, buy a new car, wipe away credit card bills and student loans, remodel your home, take exotic vacations, fancier dates, buy your friends a round of drinks, send a nice gift to your family. How about an emergency fund or even a down payment for a house? And so much more. Welcome to the Flipping Ninja Podcast, where we teach you how to take charge of your life and make your own money flipping things on your spare time. Sound complicated? We'll cover it all, from what to buy, where to look, marketing and selling tactics that create demand, and bring you top dollar, research, pricing, creating ads that sell like crazy, and even powerful principles on the inner game of success. So if the idea of being your own boss is exciting, you're in the right place. Now, here's your host, the world's leading authority on flipping, AJ, from theflippingninja.com, unplugged and unleashed.
Secret number 4 is called Octopus Selling. Now, what do I mean by Octopus Selling? Now, if you think of an octopus, it's got 8 legs, right? It's got 8 like tentacles or whatever they are. It's got 8 of them. As human beings, we've got 2 arms, 2 legs, right? Now, an octopus has 8. It has 8. Okay, so what superiority does the octopus have over us in that sense? That means, look, think of the octopus. It's got 8 different arms and legs or whatever they are. I don't even know what you call them. What are they, tentacles? Yeah, they've got 8 tentacles. Yeah, I don't think they're arms or legs because they're underwater. But anyway, slow moment for me there. So the octopus has 8 tentacles. Now, why do we call secret number 4 octopus selling? Is because I want you to start looking at yourself as an octopus. Okay, an octopus has 8 tentacles. Multiple streams. Think multiple streams of income. Think multiple selling channels. Think just multiple, hitting every different area, hitting every different spot. So the reason we call it octopus selling is you want to sell your stuff. You want to post your items that the item that you found, the item that you wrote the ad for, the item that you took pictures of. Now, if nobody ever sees it, nobody's going to make any money, right? I mean, all of it was kind of a waste. It's like that if a tree falls down in a forest and nobody's there, is it even an event? Like, if nobody is there to hear it, then it basically never happened, right? So similarly, octopus selling, we go through all those steps, and then finally, we don't want to just post our ad on one place. We don't want to just post it on eBay, one ad, and wait. Okay? So the next step is you want to post it on multiple channels. Just like the octopus's 8 different tentacles, you want to post it on eBay, Craigslist, different buying and selling apps like OfferUp, 5 Miles, Facebook Marketplace. Okay, your goal is you want to get that ad in front of as many eyeballs as humanly possible with what you are working with, which in today's day and age, you live in a time, first of all, let me just say, you live in one of the greatest times in history today. It's kind of funny. A lot of people are always complaining about how terrible the world is. But in reality, yes, there are bad events that happen. But at the end of the day, not even at the end of the day, but you really are, if you stop and think about it, you truly are living in the greatest time in history with how far we have come, with what we have access to. I mean, it's funny. I was telling, I always talk about this. So basically, people talk about like humans and AI and robots and androids and all those crazy awesome stuff, right? So if you think about it, you're already living, if you think about it this way, because of your smartphone, because of the information access you have right at your fingertips instantly to every piece of knowledge there virtually is, how are you any different from being actually part Android, right? I mean, it sounds crazy at first. Every time I tell people this, they're like, at first they like laugh it off and think it's like, oh, haha. But it's like, they start to think about it and they're like, shoot, you're right. So, I mean, think about this. So, and I think Elon Musk even says this, but your smartphone is basically, think about it, it's an extension of you. Your smartphone is always with you. It's got all the access you need to information. It's got all the access you need to reach people. You can communicate with the whole world via the written word. You can communicate with the whole world via video, via audio. You've got access, okay? As a human being, you're not limited anymore to what you can do and who you can reach because of your smartphone. If we take your smartphone away from you, then at that point, you're left with nothing but just whatever you are, whoever you are. And obviously, if you want to, because back in the day, I mean, if you wanted a piece of information, you go to the library, right? And even then, you have to sift through all the books. And a lot of times, I mean, the stuff you're looking for specifically, either you won't find it or it'll take, forever, or you have to go to a different library, or, get that special order book from the Library of Congress or whatever it is, right? So think about it. In today's day and age, you literally have access to every piece of information virtually right at your fingertips. So by taking away your smartphone, you don't. By giving you your smartphone, you always have your smartphone with you, right? You're at the store. Oh, let me just Google that. You wonder something, or you think of something. Let me just Google that, or let me just find out. Let me just watch a video on it. Or you want to reach an old friend, or you want to do whatever it is. You want to create something, a piece of art. Let me get my smartphone. You want to take photos and save them forever. You want to share them. You want to share moments. Let me get my smartphone and capture that. Your smartphone is an extension of who you are. It's an extension. So if you think about it, if you close your eyes and think, wow, my smartphone is I'm basically part Android. I'm basically part machine. I'm basically part computer. I mean, yeah, obviously you're not, but because your smartphone is always with you and you've got that power, you have that potential. That's the unfortunate part. Most people have it. They don't realize it. They don't use it properly. They're busy, watching cat videos and posting just random nonsense and junk, or complaining, instead of using this tool that they have, which is this powerful device. You're basically, people take it for granted. So anyway, I kind of went off track, but I just wanted to, it just made me think of that. I mean, it's kind of cool if you think about it. It's like, you're basically part Android. You've got this superpower. You've got this power that that you're given. Now the question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go out and make money with it? Are you going to go out and leave an impact with it? Are you going to go out and influence people to do good with it? Are you going to do good with it? Or are you going to do bad with it and waste, take it for granted and just kind of, be miserable? It's totally up to you. But what I'm saying is, you have this thing. So specifically in this context of you making money flipping things, we're using this smartphone. We're going to post on every possible channel, every possible medium, in all places. Well, you want your ad for your item to be omnipresent. That means in all places at all times. Because if you can get your ad in all places at all times, think about how many eyeballs your ad is going to be in front of. Not hundreds, not thousands. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of eyeballs are going to see your ad. So think about this. If you bought a cool antique chair from a thrift store for $20 and you went through my process that I just showed you, the secrets, you found the chair, secret number 1, the where, what, how, you found the chair at a thrift store. It was an antique chair. How did you buy it? It was $20. You just bought it for $20. And secret number 2, the power of the pen, how to make your words sell like crazy. You wrote a killer ad. You positioned this antique chair in such a way that made it extremely compelling and unique. Secret number 3, the money shot technique, how to take photos that captivate and make your items sell like crazy. You did that, so you've got all this stuff ready. Now, let's say you posted that same $20 chair, antique chair, for $600. Now, most people aren't brave enough to do this. Most people are not bold enough to do this. And the reason I teach you to do this is because we're confident in doing it because we know how. Now, it's not that we're better than others. It's not that we can post and sell stuff. We're better salespeople. Well, technically you are, but it's an information thing. It's a data thing. If you don't have the information, if you don't know about these things that, you're learning right now, how would most people don't teach this way, right? So back to what I was saying, the regular person might take that $20 chair and post it for $150. The flipping ninja will take that same chair, and because they know how, because they have the secrets and they're trained, they'll take that $20 chair and successfully sell it for $600 or $550 or $500 even. How would they do that, right? Now, the key is you want to be omnipresent. You want to post your ad in multiple places, multiple times, all over the place. You want to be in all places at all times, because if you can get in front of, think about this, if 500 eyeballs or 500,000 eyeballs saw your ad, 500,000 plus people, wouldn't you agree that all you need is one person to raise their hand and say, oh my God, I've been looking for that chair for so long. It would go perfect in my living room. Money is not an issue. How much do you want? 500? No problem. Done. All you need is one person. You don't need the approval of your friends. You don't need the approval of your friends and family who are like, you're crazy for doing that, right? So a lot of becoming successful in this flipping game, in this flipping business, a lot of it comes down to psychology and beliefs. What kind of psychology are you carrying? What kind of beliefs do you have instilled in you about money, or about selling, or about flipping, or about what you think something is worth? A lot of your success will come from retraining your psychology, reprogramming your mind and beliefs, getting rid of a lot of limited beliefs and instilling them with new beliefs that position you for success and others for success. Everybody wins. Okay, nothing unethical, nothing, it's not like you're learning how to rip people off. This is totally in an ethical way where everybody is happy. You're just learning how to do it so that you become more successful, right? Wouldn't you want to work less and make more money? I mean, isn't that what everybody wants? So why not invest the time and energy into learning how to do it properly so that you can, right? Why spin your wheels? So that's secret number 4. You want to post your ad in multiple different channels, multiple times. I'm not saying spam the whole world with your ad. Typically, if I have an ad, for example, on Craigslist, I'll post an ad 2 times from 2 different accounts. That's it. I won't post a million different versions. I'll post it twice. I'll post one ad today, and then I'll post one ad in the morning. I'll post one version at night, and then I will renew them every 2 days. And then I'll go ahead and post I'll post the item on Facebook Marketplace. And then I'll go ahead and post the item on OfferUp, and I'll post it on 5 Miles, and I'll post it on, Let Go. I'll post it on as many mediums and channels, and on eBay. I'll post it on eBay. I post it on as many mediums and channels as possible because you want to be like an octopus. You want to be in many places. Think about the octopus's 8 tentacles. You want to be all over. You want to be everywhere, right? I mean, not to mention the octopus is one of the most intelligent creatures in the whole world. The smartest, most intelligent creature in the whole world is the octopus. I'm not going to get too into that, but you can go ahead and just research it. It is interesting to learn about it. But yeah, that's why I love using the octopus as an analogy, because it's like you're everywhere. And not only that, what does the octopus have? It's got 8 tentacles, multiple tentacles. Similarly, as a flipping ninja, we want to train you to be in multiple different categories and niches. We want to train you to be able to sell anything, to flip anything. It doesn't matter what the category is, what the item is. You should know how to be able to walk into a thrift store and be able to flip so many things that you physically can't do all of them, but you have to select just some because you could flip any of them, right? We want to train you to have multiple different streams, multiple different sources of income flowing towards you, right? So that's secret number 4, Octopus Selling. How to make your items sell like crazy and fast. Similarly, as a flipping ninja, my intention, my main goal is to get you to that level where you can flip anything. Is to get you, my mission is to get you to that level where you feel confident in flipping things. You feel like you could literally make money wherever you go. Okay, because you have this skill set, because you're well trained, because you know only the important stuff and you know how to cut out the stuff that, doesn't make sense or just is a waste of time or is fluff or things that do not directly make you money or make you better. Okay. So if what I'm teaching and the things that I talk about don't do one of two things, I promise you, I can guarantee you that it's going to do either one of two things. Listening to my content, going through my stuff, and learning this stuff. It's going to do one of two things. Usually do both, right? 99% of the time, it will do both, directly and indirectly. So the stuff that I teach is designed to either 1, make you money, or 2, make you better in something. Something that is going to make you a better individual in general or very specifically that will indirectly influence how much money you'll make and how successful you'll be. Okay. So that's kind of my style and philosophy is I don't want to just give you the steps of like what to do or like, oh, go do this and then go do this. Obviously the steps are required. You need to know them. But what's even more important than that is the person you're becoming as you learn those steps, because you're not going to do those steps if you're not, because you could literally Google and find a million different steps of how to make money flipping things. Literally go on Google, jump on Google right now, step by step. You will learn how, just like with anything. If I want to learn how to change my brakes on my car, I have zero idea how to do that. I can Google it and follow the steps, right? But it's like, what's the difference between someone who's just learning the steps and actually kind of transforming into that person who, which essentially guarantees your success, not only in the thing itself, not only in, making money flipping, but in every aspect of your life, right? I mean, if you were more confident, if you felt more confident, or if you were smarter, or you learned something and really internalized something that made you a better person, a better friend, or a better, husband or wife, or whatever the case is, better coworker, better employee, a better person, period, in some form or another. So that's the intention behind this. That's what I love to do. I love to teach this stuff, not only with flipping, but making sure, personal development, making sure you're basically your body and your mind is tuned up, right? Like you have a car, you get a tune up, right? That's my goal with all the content I release. So like I said, okay, what did we cover in these 2 podcast episodes, right? It was how to make $400 to $800 flipping things. We covered the 4 secrets. Okay. Secret number 1 is know your targets. Know your targets. What do we mean by know your targets? That means you have to know where to go, what to buy, and how to buy it. Okay. I call it the where, what, how, right? Where to go. Where do you go, right? Where do you go to buy stuff, to find stuff? What to buy, right? What do you buy out of all the different stuff out there? What you have to know what to buy. You have to know your target and the how to buy it. How are you going to buy it, or how are you going to acquire it? Is it something that you can just buy it normal with cash or card, or is it something that you can actually somehow creatively obtain? Can you trade something in or barter, or basically these might sound like weird examples, but the how is important, because once you start getting into bigger flips, you're going to have to start knowing how to get creative with making the deal happen. So call that creative financing, right? So that means the where, what, how. When I say how, what I mean is how are you going to get it? Let's say you come across something that is, let's say you come across something that was $500 that you absolutely know for sure you can get $2,500 for, right? You see something for $500, you know for sure that you can sell it, you could flip it for $2,500, making a $2,000 profit. But what if you don't have $500? What do you do then? I mean, there's no way. If you don't have it, you're pretty much going to miss out on the deal, right? Wrong. Okay, most people would walk away from it because they think, I don't have $500, I can't afford it. Well, I'll wait for something else for the next deal. That sucks, right? Most people do that. But what I teach you to do, what a flipping ninja would do is creatively make it happen. I mean, look, you can't afford to miss out on opportunities because you don't have the money for something, for example. You should be at a point where you're so creative, you're so smart, you're so intelligent that you can figure out how to make the deal happen either way. If you don't have $500, there's so many different things you can do to buy the item. I mean, you have to be able to think, right? It's more of knowing how to think. So it's like, one, you could borrow it from someone, right? That's one way. You can make the deal happen, turn around and pay that person back, and you just pocketed $2,000 profit. You could borrow it from someone. Or two, you could quickly sell things to get that money and make it happen, right? You could be like, oh my God, that living room chair is just sitting there. If I sold that right now, if I cut the price in half, if I sold that thing over there, if I sold those pair of shoes I have, if I sold this watch, I'll have $500 and I can make it happen, right? I mean, this is the same way so a few years ago, I took a vacation to Los Angeles, right? It was just like a weekend trip just for fun. The whole trip, everything from the ticket, what I did there, the expenses, the hotel, eating out at restaurants, the whole trip was paid for. I didn't pay a single dime while I was there at all. The whole trip was paid for because of what I did the couple weeks before that trip. As I used flipping creatively, creative financing, I made the money strategically as planned so that whole trip can be paid for, right? So that would be the how. So the where, what, how is the first secret. You have to know all that stuff. You want to have at least the mindset and a good foundation, because obviously you can't learn everything from a book. You can't learn that way of thinking from a podcast. You have to actually, you need experience as well, right? But for starters, you have to learn the beginning. You have to learn the foundation so that you could go out there and get experience, right? So that's secret number one. Secret number two we covered is how to make your words sell like crazy, the power of the pen. So here we talked about how important basically the sale, how much you make, lies in what you write for your ad descriptions. Okay, it's the difference between someone who makes $50 flipping something and someone else flipping an identical product for $500, right? You have to know what to write, how to write your ads. Secret number three to making $400 to $800 a day flipping is the money shot. Okay, the money shot is how to take photos that sell like crazy. Okay, you have to know there's an art and science almost to taking pictures that not only just look pretty or not only are just impressive looking, but specifically photos and pictures of your stuff that have one purpose and one purpose only, which is to sell. To one, capture attention. It should grab attention immediately from the masses. When people are browsing, they should see your ad and right away the picture should grab them. And two, the purpose of your photos is to sell for as much money as you can possibly get for that item, right? So it's like you're seducing. Your photos have to seduce people. Secret number 4 is Octopus Selling. How to sell your stuff, how to sell your items for as much money as possible in as little amount of time. Okay, we do this by being what I call omnipresent, kind of like an octopus has 8 tentacles. It's in multiple places. It's got, multiple flows and streams of income. Similarly, when you sell your stuff, you want to post on multiple different places. So not just in one place. You don't want to just post on one ad on Craigslist and call it a day. You want to be on Craigslist. You want to post it on eBay. You want to post it on OfferUp, 5 Miles, Facebook Marketplace, everywhere. You want your item to be in front of as many eyeballs as possible, because all it takes for you to make money is for one person, just one person to raise their hand and say, I want to buy that from you. That's it. You don't need to impress the whole world with your stuff or with your pricing, or you don't have to lower your price just because people are going to, think you're crazy. All it takes is one person to buy it. So that's secret number 4 is Octopus Selling. That is pretty much the exact steps, the exact things that I did over the years to get to a point where I could make $400 to $800 a day flipping. Those are the exact steps that condensed over the 10 plus years of flipping, having made over $250,000 flipping things. And keep in mind, this is totally on my spare time. All of that, and even, like buying a house and getting, cool cars and stuff, all of that came from literally following those 4 secrets. Okay. People hear about some of my accomplishments with flipping and making money flipping. And I wouldn't even call them accomplishments because it's like, I literally followed a few steps and anyone can do it. But when I talk about some of those, it might sound like some big, like huge, unreachable thing. But look, keep in mind, literally that's all you're doing. You're just doing those 4 steps. You're just doing it a lot and you're doing it regularly. You just flip one item at a time. That's it. You're flipping one item at a time. You're making money here, you're making money there, and you keep doing it. Obviously, what do you think is going to happen? How much, over the course of a couple years, a couple months, right? If you made literally, $400 this weekend and you did that every weekend for the whole year, of course you're going to make a ton of money flipping. I mean, look, you can, and what you do with the money is whatever you want to do. If you want to go, come up with down payment money for a house, that's totally up to you. If you want to just totally blow it all on shopping, you can do that. Okay. So it's not that I'm some like special snowflake who knows more, or like, the flipping ninja, you got this website and it's like, yeah, I do have experience, but it's not that this stuff is rocket science. You literally have to just follow those steps. You learn how to do it. It's all learnable. You do it and you do it regularly. You will start making money. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's nothing to like really think about or anything. It's just a simple process. It's not some like hidden secret. I call them secrets because it sounds better. You want to learn the 4 steps to making $400 to $800 a day flipping, or do you want to learn the 4 secrets? Right? I mean, but it's like, in all honesty, they're not really, it's not a secret. I mean, you just literally learned all of it, essentially, right? Obviously, there are some nuances and things that would require like much longer, much more time together than on this podcast, but that's basically what it is. So it's like, I want you to ask yourself, can you see yourself doing this? I mean, is this something that with everything that you've learned, can you see yourself, at least giving it a shot? I mean, can you see yourself giving it a try, or at least looking at it differently? Is this something you want to try, or is this something you want to give a shot? And if so, what's stopping you? Like, why are you not just jumping in and trying it out, seeing what happens, right? There's no commitment. It's not like, you have to pay some fee to start, like you start a business, you have to pay for like the building or whatever. With flipping, there's 0 cost of entry. Anyone can start and start making money like right away, like tomorrow, today even, right? So like I said, the secret to making $400 to $800 a day flipping is simply that. When you look at it logically, it's not some unattainable thing. You do have to do the work, obviously. You can't just sit at home and expect it to happen, but that's how you do it. Learn the process, follow the secrets, follow the steps, and you will make money. Okay, so I hope these 2 podcast episodes were helpful. Like I said, I wanted to just straight up, like, bird's eye view, cover as much as I could to fit all of it in. And I was like, for me, it was tough because it's like, how can I condense all that experience and all the things that I've done flipping into, 60 minutes or into like 1 or 2 podcast episodes. So I really, they just kind of shrunk it down for you, gave you a helicopter view of how to do it and how to use it as a successful side hustle. But I hope that was helpful. If it was helpful, I want you to do me a favor. And if you can, so basically this podcast is fairly new. It's a pretty new podcast. I haven't had it around for months or years or anything like that. If you can, if this was helpful for you, I want you to go and leave a positive review on iTunes for me. Okay. So I think you need an Apple account or whatever. I honestly don't really know too much about, Apple and iTunes and all that stuff. But like I said, I'm super grateful if you can do that. Leave me a 5-star review if you found this helpful. Like I said, there's more to come, and keep reminding yourself, keep telling yourself, just remember, you're always just one flip away from